Hello, once again, and a very good morning from my neck of the woods, from the land of smiles. I'm happy to be here once again and thanking all of you for visiting my previous intro vlog that I had posted a few days ago. And as mentioned in my last vlog, this is my part 2 intro before I get into rolling with offering different content in my vlogs. So with that, I'm going to roll today by sharing with you my journey as an individual, as an adult, how and why I left my country where I resided before I settled in the United States. So once I reached the United States, the reason I went there was for my advanced studies, wanted to get my master's degree. I'd already acquired a bachelor's and a master's here and in India respectively. And the work in Bangkok was wonderful. I was a professor at ABAC University, one of the renowned private universities of Thailand. Very privileged to have worked over there as an English professor. So, but the commute from home was ghastly. It used to take me 2 hours going and sometimes 3 hours getting back home. And with 10 years of working at this university, that traffic challenge daily got to me. So I discussed with my parents and told them I'd like to go and pursue another master's degree. And they very lovingly supported and encouraged me. And I landed up in the United States as a student once again. And this was in my mid-20s. So the port of landing, interestingly, was the southeast side of United States in Georgia. That was my port of entry, Atlanta, Georgia. I spent a big chunk of my 20 plus years over there working in the hospitality industry. Now, I landed there. Few things that I'd like to share with all my vlogging community, as well as young ones, the young minds. Like I said, my vlog is going to be about storytelling as well as my experiences. So with that said, landed in United States. Port of landing was Georgia, settled in Atlanta. There's a reason why I chose Atlanta. One might ask, why Georgia? Well, it was in the 1990s early when I landed in United States, and the reason me and my brother discussed why it should be Georgia. That's when the 1996 Olympics was going to be happening or taking place there. And very well strategized. The reason was, get a job at the Olympics when you land. Least did I know they don't offer anything other than volunteer positions. But hey, it was a fabulous experience working for the hospitality department of the Olympics. I still have my gear. I have kept it. Someday I'll take pictures and share it on my vlog. The hat, the uniform, and all the paraphernalia that went along with the Olympics. We had a few, should I say seminars, no, workshops for training what we should expect. And we were selected based on a background, which department to work at for the Olympics. And because I got a job in the hospitality field once I landed as a student. Mind you, as a student, you apply and you get 20 hours per week to work. So I chose the hospitality field because of my college hours. So the only position I managed to get was the early morning shift, 5 a.m. when I had to leave home from Buckhead area. That's where I lived. Those familiar with Georgia, Atlanta would know what I'm talking about. My apartment used to be in that area. So driving down from there to Austell, Six Flags, a good 30 plus miles from my place, and that was early morning hours. It was scary for a newcomer to hit the highway, trust me. With the driving left and right hand side was very confusing for me initially. And that's another day's story I'm going to share, how I managed to learn the United States way of driving in terms of the side of the road. And once I nearly got hit by a six-wheeler for standing in the wrong lane. Now, having said that, I landed there, and because of the Olympics, a lot of things happened in terms of my opportunity, networking, getting to know people in the team and the department that they put me in. I got the opportunity to meet the royalties because we were in the hospitality department. So people from all over the world, the royalties, the Hollywood stars, they had to go through the hospitality division or department of each sporting area or sport area that they had come to watch. That was beautiful. Royalty from Brunei, some royal members from Thailand, from Japan. A lot of Hollywood stars went through that department. Forgive me for not remembering the names, but at the badminton department, should I say, or the sport arena, a lot of Hollywood stars came through. So the opportunity was exciting, and that was when I was in my mid-20s, starry-eyed, and things worked out beautifully. Let's put it this way. Suddenly I went into that zone of remembering how it was. Now, having said that, how did I get the first job in the United States upon landing? Within a month's time, after getting admitted in the university, Atlanta University, where I was pursuing my degree. Students are allowed to work for 20 hours. So I applied for that, I got it. And also I think my background coming as a professor from back home, the staff in the school did not hesitate to give me the time to work. So the journey to start my first job in America started working at the front desk at a hotel close to the Six Flags park or amusement park. How did I get that job? Through a referral. At one of my meetings, I was a very active person in terms of networking. I truly believed in that. I still do. The power of networking is unbelievable. So I'd send out a message or shout out for the young ones, do not underestimate the power of networking. Even today I have contacts, though I'm here in Thailand right now currently. I'm in touch with people back in the United States. And when I do visit, there's always so much to catch up about. I may be 60, but there's always that opportunity where I personally refer so many people in the US to the young ones who were and are my students today here, giving them little, tips on how to go about settling or wanting to settle abroad and how they can reach out to people who I refer them to. So although I am no longer in the US for now, that particular networking that I built or network I built has served me very well. And I've extended that to many people who were in need of a reference or a word to put in, etc., etc. So this bit is definitely for the young ones to hone the art. In fact, I have a student currently who is in United Kingdom. He's gone there for his bachelor's, and after coaching him, before he left, the one thing I asked him, I said, why are you interested in working in networking division in the UK? He says, that's the only chunk of powerful information I'm going to get back from there for my future entrepreneurial ventures. He put it so beautifully. So this young lad, 18-year-old, from United States, from California, who's been my student for the past almost 10 years, he studied he took a lot of courses with me, studying public speaking, personal development skills, the art of doing projects, and he's done some podcasts also. And his focus was just to build a strong network. And in his foundation years in the UK, as it's his first year, he sure is going to do a good job doing that. So that's for the young ones. And for my peers, 60 and plus, I would love to share stories about what came about when I got my first job at this hotel near the Six Flags. It was not easy for me to get a job there, In fact, the referral I got that lady said she may not have an opening for you because her positions at the hotel are all full. But I did not give up. Very focused my mind was that I'm going to give it 100%, talk to her, if possible, get a face-to-face interview with her. Things change when you sit down for an interview. Even though there is no position available, sometimes they will create a position for you. And that's exactly what happened. My persistence paid off. I called that lady, the owner of the hotel, at least daily for a week non-stop. But the beauty of it is, the lady actually took my calls. That's what fascinated me, really. She took all my calls. And ultimately, it landed up being a face-to-face interview at her property. And she didn't promise me anything. She says, I'll take you on a trial basis. If things work out, we'll give you the position permanently. I jumped on the offer. Just getting the foot in the door was good enough for me at that time. And so, with a very jolly attitude, with a very positive, frame of mind, following morning I was asked to join her property. Now, being a newcomer, driving on the highways was not easy. 5 a.m. in the morning, leaving from my apartment from downtown, heading for Austell. Oh Lord, that experience still gives me the goosebumps. But I was at the hotel at sharp 6 o'clock. My shift was going to start at 7 a.m. And I was welcomed with warm arms by the gentleman at the front desk who I was relieving. His name is Tom. Yes, Tom, if I'm not mistaken. And if he's watching this vlog someday, a shout out to him and thank him from my heart for giving me the courage to start a job I had no clue about how to go about. He used to stay back 15-20 minutes after his night shift to train me, although he didn't have to share with me what to do and how he calmly helped me get over the vijibis I was suffering from, in the sense nervousness and how will I manage handling the guests, etc., etc. So my heart goes out to that gentleman with warmth, with gratitude for helping me and walking me through little things that I had no clue about. Having said that, I would like to once again share with the young minds that persistence in life pays off. Don't give up. Worst case scenario, if the job didn't come through, move on to the next one, right? But like I said, the lady, when she met me face to face while she was interviewing me, she saw the maturity in me because I had already come with a background where I was working as a professor. So later on, she told me that was the key when she decided to take on giving me that 1 week's trial. And the maturity, the experience of working with handling students, etc., kind of bode very well for me when I got that position. And I got that position as a full-time employee within a week's time. And it was a $7 hour position in the 90s. Beggars can be choosers. I think it was pretty good at that time. So got that position, stayed with them for almost 2 years. And a big shout out to Tina, my first boss in the United States. Thank you, Tina. Beggars can be choosers, like I said, but when the going gets tough, the tough get going. I didn't give up. I just did not give up, knowing that one interview could lead to another. Maybe she could refer me to someone else, right? So that's the intro, part 2, how I landed, what I did, and it's very brief, but along my upcoming vlogs, I will add a lot of other experiences from my experience in the US as a student, as an employee, and then as an entrepreneur when I started my consulting firm in the hospitality field. I learned a lot. My life in the United States has been a blessing. It was a university of life for me. I come from a very protected, comfortable family. The family that gave me everything in every walk of life. Parents have been there, education, support system. I mean, you name it all. As an Indian, Asian Indian, if you are familiar with our culture, our parents are there with us every walk of the way in terms of support. We do not have that cultural understanding where if you're 18, you need to handle your life and make your own living on your own terms or go find your life kind of thing. We Asians are spoiled, literally. Parents don't give up on us, good, bad, whatever the case is. So, but my mother was very proud that I made a good start in the United States without her presence, because I was very, very attached to her, very dependent on her. Even though I was already a full-fledged professional working at the ABAC University, but I was very close to her, and I always felt that I needed her for every little thing. But United States opened the doors to build me up to who I am today, a confident lady who has seen life. Being single was not easy though in the United States. That's a different vlog, a content that I'd like to share with many. So having said that, part 2, I will end it here. Wishing you all a beautiful day, night, wherever you all are. Thank you for joining me on my journey, young the old. And once again, I'm happy to be amidst my YouTube vlogging community, and look forward to sharing a lot more about my life with you all. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Namaste. Sawadee ka. Bye. Until the next vlog.